The park was quiet that morning, bathed in the soft light of dawn. Birds chirped faintly in the trees, and a gentle breeze carried the scent of freshly fallen leaves. Martha, a boxer mix with a deep scar running along her back, trotted beside Claire, her steps measured and deliberate. To anyone passing by, Martha looked like an ordinary dog enjoying her morning walk, but her story was anything but ordinary. Martha's life hadn't been easy. Before Claire found her, she'd been at a rescue in Los Angeles for what felt like an eternity. She was the dog nobody seemed to want. Potential adopters would glance at her, notice her scar, and move on to the next kennel. The rescue staff described her as standoffish, even difficult, and many doubted she would ever find a home. But everything changed the day Claire visited. Claire hadn't planned on adopting a dog that day. She had come to the rescue to drop off donations. But as she walked through the kennels, one of the staff members approached her. "There's someone I think you should meet," they said, leading her to a kennel in the far corner. Inside was Martha, sitting stoically, her amber eyes watching Claire with a mix of curiosity and caution. The staff warned Claire that Martha wasn't like other dogs. "She doesn't like people, and she doesn't get along with other animals," they explained. But as soon as the kennel door opened, Martha walked straight over to Claire, climbed into her lap, and rested her head on Claire's shoulder. It was as if she had been waiting for this moment her entire life. In that instant, Claire knew Martha was meant to be hers. Adopting Martha wasn't easy. When Claire brought her home, Martha's mistrust of the world was evident in everything she did. She avoided other dogs during walks, growled at strangers, and recoiled from sudden movements. But Claire was patient. She gave Martha space, time, and most importantly, love. Slowly but surely, Martha began to let her guard down. One day, during a walk in the park, Claire noticed something unusual. Martha had stopped in her tracks, her eyes fixed on a squirrel darting up a nearby tree. Claire braced herself, expecting Martha to lunge or bark. But instead, Martha sat down, her gaze softening as she watched the squirrel. Intrigued, Claire decided to sit with her. They stayed there for what felt like hours, Martha's eyes never leaving the squirrel, who eventually came down the tree and edged closer to her. It was the beginning of something extraordinary. Over time, the squirrels in the park began to trust Martha. They would scamper down from the trees and approach her, their tiny paws reaching out to touch her. Martha, who once growled at every dog she saw, sat perfectly still, her demeanor calm and welcoming. Claire couldn't believe what she was seeing. "It's like she's found her peace," she thought. The park visits became a daily ritual. Martha would pull Claire eagerly toward the tree where the squirrels gathered, her tail wagging with anticipation. Claire watched in awe as the squirrels kissed Martha's paws, their tiny noses brushing against her fur. It was a bond that defied explanation. Martha, the dog who had once been so closed off, had found connection and trust in the most unlikely companions. Martha's transformation didn't stop at the park. Her interactions with the squirrels seemed to soften her heart. She began to warm up to people, greeting strangers with cautious curiosity instead of fear. At home, she became more affectionate, nudging Claire's hand for scratches and curling up beside her on the couch. The dog who had once been described as grumpy and unsocial was now a source of joy and inspiration. Claire began sharing Martha's story online, hoping to change perceptions about dogs like her. She posted videos of Martha sitting calmly as squirrels approached her, their tiny bodies dwarfed by her muscular frame. The videos quickly went viral, touching hearts around the world. People marveled at the unlikely friendship and praised Claire for giving Martha a second chance. "She's taught me so much about patience and kindness," Claire wrote in one of her posts. "I hope her story shows people that every dog deserves a chance to be loved." The attention brought more than just kind words. Donations poured into the rescue where Martha had been saved, helping countless other dogs find their forever homes. Claire encouraged her followers to support their local rescues, reminding them that every contribution, no matter how small, made a difference. Martha's journey is a testament to the power of love and second chances. She went from being the dog nobody wanted to a beloved companion who inspires people every day. Her unlikely friendship with the squirrels showed that even the most unlikely bonds can bring healing and joy. And through her story, she continues to make the world a kinder, more compassionate place. If Martha's story has touched your heart, consider supporting your local animal rescue or donating to organizations that help animals in need. Together, we can give more dogs like Martha the chance to find their happy ending.